Ever found yourself stuck at an airport with a delayed flight, or lost in a city where no one speaks your language? Traveling is a thrilling adventure, but it's not without its hiccups. Picture this. You're at the airport, ready to embark on your much-awaited trip, when suddenly, your flight gets delayed. Or perhaps, you've landed in a new city, and your luggage is nowhere in sight. And let's not forget the classic scenario of trying to navigate a bustling foreign marketplace, where the local language sounds more like an exotic melody than comprehensible words. It's true, these challenges can be daunting, and they can happen to anyone. But here's the thing. They shouldn't deter you from exploring the world. See, the beauty of travel is not just about the breathtaking landscapes or the intriguing cultures. It's about the journey itself and how these challenges shape your experiences and broaden your perspectives. It's about the thrill of overcoming these hurdles and coming out stronger and wiser. Language barriers may seem like a solid wall, but they're more like a door waiting to be opened. With a little patience and a handy translation app, you can break down these barriers and immerse yourself in the local culture. Lost luggage? Sure, it's a nuisance, but it's also a chance to practice adaptability, resourcefulness, and perhaps even a bit of minimalism. Delayed flights can be frustrating, yes, but they can also provide an opportunity to catch up on that book you've been meaning to read, or to strike up a conversation with a fellow traveler. And then, there are cultural differences. These can be a bit tricky to navigate, but once you do, they open up a world of rich experiences and learning. Understanding and respecting these differences not only enriches your travel experience, but also fosters a sense of global citizenship. Traveling does come with its share of challenges, but don't let that stop you. Instead, equip yourself with some travel tips and tricks. After all, every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it fuel your passion for adventure. The art of packing is not to be underestimated. It can save you from a lot of trouble. Let's delve into the world of practical packing, where every inch of your suitcase matters. The first rule of thumb is to roll, not fold. You see, rolling your clothes not only saves precious space, but also prevents those pesky wrinkles. So, bid adieu to the traditional folding method and embrace the roll. Next in line is the small but mighty first aid kit. It might seem trivial, but when you're miles away from home, this little box of remedies can be a lifesaver. From band-aids to painkillers, antiseptic wipes to allergy medicine, pack it all. And don't forget your personal medication, if you have any. After all, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Now, let's talk about packing cubes. These little wonders are the champions of suitcase organization. They not only help categorize your belongings, but also compress them to save space. A place for everything and everything in its place, as they say. Now, you might be thinking, but I have so much to pack. Well, here's where the magic of Packing Light comes into play. The trick is to pack only the essentials. Ask yourself, do I really need this? If you hesitate, leave it behind. The goal is to reduce weight and avoid excess baggage charges. Packing light also means you have room for those souvenirs and keepsakes you might pick up along the journey. And let's not forget the power of a good checklist. A meticulously planned list ensures you don't forget the essentials while helping you resist the temptation to overpack. To summarize, roll your clothes, pack a first aid kit, use packing cubes, create a checklist, and above all, pack light. These are the golden rules of smart packing. Remember, travel light and smart to avoid unnecessary hassle. Because in the grand adventure of travel, your journey should be filled with memorable experiences, not luggage woes. Lost in translation? You're not alone. Language barriers can pose a real challenge when traveling, but fret not, fellow wanderer, for there are a handful of strategies that can help you navigate these linguistic hurdles with flair and finesse. Firstly, arm yourself with some knowledge of the local language. No, we don't mean enrolling in a full-fledged language course. Simply learning a few key phrases can go a long way. A hello, a thank you, and how to ask for directions or the bill can be incredibly useful. Not only does this demonstrate respect for the local culture, but it also tends to invite warmer responses from locals. Next, enter the digital age with translation apps. These technological marvels can translate text, voice, and even images in real time. Imagine pointing your phone at a sign and getting its translation immediately. A few popular ones include Google Translate and Microsoft Translator. Remember to download the language you need while you have Wi-Fi, as these apps often work offline too. Then there's the good old-fashioned pocket dictionary. Sure, it might seem a bit archaic in the face of modern tech, but it's reliable and doesn't depend on battery life or internet connectivity. Plus, flipping through a dictionary can give you a better grasp of the language structure and common words. Don't forget, body language is a universal tongue. A smile, a nod, a point in the right direction, these are understood worldwide. So, when words fail, your actions can speak volumes. Lastly, patience is key. Misunderstandings may arise, and that's okay. Keep your cool, try different ways to communicate, and remember, you're on an adventure. These minor hiccups are part of the journey and will make for great stories once you're back home. With a little preparation, language barriers can become less intimidating. So, pack your bags, equip yourself with these tips, and set out to explore the world, one word at a time. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, they say. But how do you know what the Romans do in the first place? The answer, quite simply, is research. Before setting foot on your outbound flight, take the time to delve into the local customs and traditions of your destination. A basic understanding of the local culture can help you navigate the social landscape with grace, and even enrich your travel experience. You may ask, how do I go about this research? Well, a good place to start is the internet. You can find a wealth of information about local customs, traditions, and etiquette on travel blogs, forums, and even social media. Books about the country or region can also provide valuable insights. Now let's talk about dressing appropriately. Clothing is a significant aspect of many cultures, and you'll find that what is considered appropriate varies greatly from one place to another. In some cultures, for instance, showing too much skin is viewed as disrespectful. In others, certain colors may have symbolic meanings. So when you're packing, remember to include clothing that aligns with the cultural norms of your destination. Understanding local etiquette is another key aspect of respecting cultural differences. This can include everything from table manners to how to greet people. For instance, in some countries it's common to greet with a kiss on the cheek, while in others, a simple nod or handshake will suffice. Finally, be open to trying local cuisine. Food is a universal language that can bring people together, and it's a wonderful way to immerse yourself in a new culture. Whether it's savoring a steaming bowl of ramen in Japan, biting into a spicy taco in Mexico, or sipping a cup of mint tea in Morocco, embracing local cuisine can truly enrich your travel experience. Remember, the goal here isn't to blend in completely. You're a traveler, not an undercover agent. It's about showing respect for the culture you're visiting, and in return, you'll find your journey a far more rewarding and enjoyable experience. Being a respectful and informed traveler can greatly enhance your travel experience. Traveling is a grand adventure, but it's also a learning experience. As we've journeyed together through this video, we've come face to face with some of the most common travel issues, and it's clear that they're not as daunting as they may seem. From lost luggage to flight delays, these hiccups can be frustrating, but with a cool head and a few savvy strategies, they're nothing you can't handle. We then ventured into the world of packing, a task that can feel like a puzzle with too many pieces, but as we've seen, packing smartly is all about being selective. It's about choosing versatile items, prioritizing necessities, and remembering that less is often more. It's about understanding that every journey is a chance to pare down, to focus on what's truly essential. From there, we dove into the challenge of language barriers, a hurdle that can seem insurmountable. But in reality, it's just another part of the adventure. With a bit of preparation, a pocket translator, and a willingness to learn, you can communicate across cultures and make connections that transcend words. Next, we navigated the complex terrain of cultural differences. It's true, every culture has its unique customs and traditions, and these can sometimes lead to confusion. But as we've discussed, understanding and respecting these differences is key to immersing yourself in a new culture. It's about being open, being curious, and embracing the unfamiliar. In the end, travel is more than just a change of scenery. It's a chance to grow, to learn, to transform. It's a chance to step out of your comfort zone and into a world of new experiences. And as challenging as it can be, it's these very challenges that make the journey worthwhile. Remember these tips and tricks on your next journey, and may your travels be filled with wonder and joy.